what's going on, fiends? So, first off, I don't cover video games that much on this channel. Used to, got away from it. I just felt it was just too much, made the channel too busy, way too convoluted. Also, number two, I'm not much of a PC gamer. Outside of playing Hearthstone on my gaming laptop, I mostly play console games, so I know nothing about the PC side of the house. But I could not pass this story up. This was just too rich. So, you have a game that just launched 4 days ago called The Day Before. It launched in such a broken state that it is being called the worst game ever made. Like, it's literally being said right now that it makes the 1982-83 ET game look like a fucking masterpiece. I grew up playing that game. That game was shit. But it was shit I cherished. But also, this game is basically a rip-off of The Division with zombies, essentially. And you ripped off The Division, put some zombies in it, and you still fucked it up. I don't understand how the hell you do that. But also, the company that made this game has now went out of business because they failed financially. That's like a platinum trophy on the PlayStation 5. Best way to sum it up. How the fuck do you launch a game and then go out of business 4 days later? I mean, when we had Kingdoms of Amalur back in like 2011, even the developers of that, who basically went belly up in debt, still managed to hang around for a while even after the game launched, and it was a great game. It wasn't shit. I still love that game to this day and still revisit it. It is not a masterpiece, but it's a damn good action RPG. They just mismanaged their money. But this company made a steaming pile of shit and went broke making it. But anyway, I've got the article by Forbes.com. We're going to learn all about this. The Day Before, developers shuts down 4 days after launch. Well, The Day Before isn't in a scam crowd is not looking too hot today. 4 days after launch, when The Day Before attracted 500,000 viewers on Steam after selling early access for $40, its developer, Fantastic, is shutting down completely according to a new statement. The just released announcement says that The Day Before failed financially and that the income that was brought in is being used to pay off debts. They say they cannot afford to patch the extremely broken game, which launched in an entirely different genre than was originally promised. An extraction shooter rather than a survival MMO. The message goes on to say that The Day Before did not take any crowdfunding development, which you probably should have. You probably would have made a better game, but then again, you probably would have made an even bigger pile of shit. And they worked hard for 5 years. You spent 5 years to make... let's just keep reading. To get the game out. But of course, they did take the $40 of everyone who paid for the game in these last 4 days of launch. So there you go. It's even worse than I thought. Not only did you fail miserably, you failed on a whole nother level. I mean, look, everybody fails. We're all going to fail at something sometime in our life. And I'm not saying that these guys are bad guys or anything like that. I'm sure they're all aspiring game developers and they want to work in the industry, but here's a little bit of advice if old Uncle John could. Maybe go work for a game studio somewhere, get in on the ground floor and learn your craft before you just jump right in. Because this sounds like, to me, that though these guys obviously had some sort of talent to put a video game together. I mean, that does take talent. I can't do it, so I cannot, talk shit about them because they done something that obviously I can't do. But I think you should have maybe went and honed your craft, learned from somebody, And then at some point, break out on your own and learn how to make video games. This to me is just piss poor planning equals a piss poor result. Now, I hope all these guys do well in their future endeavors. I hope they all bounce back, especially in this terrible economy at this time. I mean, it's got to suck knowing you just laid a big old elephant turd on your first go around at video games. But hey, you guys keep swinging. I mean, eventually you'll hit the ball. Might go foul, might stay in play. But, don't give up. But yeah, I laugh because it it just sounds like to me it was almost like they were just thinking, oh, this is easy, we can do it, and just jumped in and made all these promises that they couldn't live up to, and now they're left holding a bunch of debt thinking, how are we going to pay this? And all these people that have paid for this game, I don't think y'all are going to get your money back. So that sucks too. Whatever happened to the days when we actually made really good video games? Is it just me, or does it seem like the game industry is like kind of falling on its face a little bit? Because the only games that seem to really do well are like remasters. Now, aside from like Baldur's Gate 3 or even RoboCop, which I just played, and a lot of critics shit on it, but guess what? I enjoyed it. I felt like RoboCop in the game. I was immersed in the world. It told a story. Yes, the voice acting was bad. Yes, the graphics weren't up to what PS5 and Xbox Series X standards or even PC standards are. But it was still a good game that I immersed myself into and enjoyed. And at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's an interactive fucking movie. Didn't used to be that way. Back in the day, you just tried to get a bigger score, whatever. But anyway, this is beyond the fuck up. But it's not the end of the world, guys. Cheer up. There ain't no sad faces on Christmas. But anyway, y'all let me know down here in the comments below. Have you played this game? Let me know about it. Or just say hi or Merry Christmas or kiss your ass. Also, too, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet and you like my content and you like seeing moi, would you please go down here and hit that subscribe button below, Hadouken that notification bell, give us a thumbs up, or whatever you so well please. It's free world. And as always, it's your old buddy John. Now, see you again next time.